Bonjour, mon amis. Michael Bryant here, just to serve TV. It was this beach, Omaha Beach, June 6, 1944, where the Allied forces came ashore and ultimately led to the liberation of France and Europe. Boy, what a day, though. Bloodiest in U.S. military history. Between those landing on this beach and the paratroopers, which landed a few kilometers inland, closer to the town of Normandy, we lost 2,500 Americans on that one day. But like I said, ultimately could not have been more successful. Now, there are fewer, they say, than 100,000 remaining military personnel alive. There were 16.4 million servicing the military worldwide on that day in June of 1944. Fewer than 100,000 left. If you know any, if you get a chance to meet, talk to any of those folks, thank them for their service and learn from them what they learned during serving their country back in the mid-40s. And if you appreciate the liberties you have today, even though some would say there has been attempts to limit those freedoms, it's because of what happened here in the mid-40s in the assault on this beach to liberate this country and ultimately the world. Ironically, one of the safest places in the world these days. Almost no crime rate here on Omaha Beach or the adjoining beaches or the area surrounding Normandy. So irony, yes, beautiful place. Hard to believe what happened 80 years ago when you look at this stretch of quiet, peaceful, calm. This beach, huge part of history.
You know, I thought of the Hurt Locker movie too.
Oh God!
That doesn't sound like a good review.
It is so off.
This is from the Broken Baker, who I've watched a few times. Broken Baker, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your work. So, how wrong? He's kind of set up the question for you. It's not like what did you think of the Hurt Locker? It's how wrong was that movie?
It was. You know what? I would have to. I'm not going to rewatch it because I get angry every time I watch that movie.
Okay, what's the worst part about it? What gets you fired up?
You would never take off your helmet in the middle of defusing a bomb. You would never take it off ever.
That makes sense.
Ever in a million years. Yeah, there's so much safety that goes into like EOD, and anybody that has an explosive ordnance disposal unit member in their family. If you guys could DM me on X or whatever, I'd love to get in contact with you. I really am community, and I did a really big pinup shoot and things like that.
Yeah,
besides the calendar that I did, and I'd love to reach out to you guys and talk to you a little bit about some treatment that a lot of veterans are not getting that they qualify for. So.
Yeah, it's part of your activism. A lot of things you're working on, I realize. Yep. And we're going to get to the pinup thing because I'm a guy. So we're going to get to the pinup stuff. One scene in the movie, I think it's the very first scene, is where one IED is like connected to a bunch of others, right? Mm-hmm. And they pull up the one, and it's a very dramatic scene. Is that real? Does that happen?
Yes, it does. But if that does happen, it would be a lot of people would be dead. So there is. You know what? We got to do this again because I got to rewatch the movie.
A watch party with the Hurt Locker.
Yes, so I can commentate on it and lose my ever-loving mind. And
you might have to have a cocktail.
Mm-hmm, or two.
Okay, so let me make sure I've gotten all these things in before we transition to those articles because I think they're very, very interesting. Zach, thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach.
Bomb. Get that? See what he did there? See what Zach did there? Okay.
It's so funny.
And Kimberlina, thank you, Miss Jessica. What a story you have. Yes, and thank you for being a member for 7 months. Appreciate that so much. And there's the way to connect with Miss Jessica.
Yes, please.
Okay, so let me see if I've missed anything. Stand by. Thank you, a pronouncer for the name of the dog. Thank you so much, Malinois. I can't get past Malamars. That's my problem, and I'm not even sure I've even liked them very much. Do they have like a marshmallowy thing to them? I can't remember.
Oh, is that a candy bar?
No, it's a cookie.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a cookie, and I'm not a big marshmallow fan. Although I did. My cooking skills, I reached out today. I did Rice Krispie bars, which are
nice.
melted marshmallows, and that's about as far as I can go with my cooking skills. Okay, nice. Yeah, it was. The problem is I can just eat that whole pan of those damn things. They're just so easy. Okay, let me do this. So we can find it here. There were a couple of articles, and I want to see which one is most appropriate here to get into first. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. This is from. It's called. It's a local. I guess.
Wicked Local.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Wicked Local. Let me see if I can make that big enough for humans to look at. Hold on here. See if I can find it. So give us what this is while I'm trying to blow it up for us to be able to really read it. What is this?
I think what I did, so basically I was looking at Mizzy, by the way, shout out to Mizzy because Mizzy is amazing on the
Yes,
Sandra
and we've
Birchmore
had
case.
obviously people know we've had Mizzy on many times. She's the go-to for this Sandra Birchmore case.
Yes. So I did a lot of OSINT for her because I told her, I said there's got to be certain things that they thought that they removed from the internet just talking about these guys, because I am going to protect the EOD community as much as I can. And so I told her, I was like, there are certain things that have not been reported correctly. And I said, I'm going to help you kind of get as much information as you can. So I found this and I sent it to Mizzy, just talking about basically how Matt was, hang on, let me find it on my
Let me read
iPad.
some of this and then get your reaction to it.
Okay.
So it's touting 3 former Stoughton police explorers are making their mark in public safety here and around the globe. Twins Matt and Billy Farwell and their friend Pat Hayden have all pursued careers that help the public at large, serving their country overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan, and at home on police or fire departments. Matt is now a police officer, well, not so much anymore, for the Stoughton Police Department after 3 years in Wellesley. His twin brother Billy serves full-time with the Massachusetts National Guard and is currently deployed overseas. Is that true? Do we know that? Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know fully. Let me rephrase this. There are certain things in this article that I sent out feelers for that I haven't gotten responses back on, but there are certain things I can't answer.
Okay, so it says that Billy is a U.S. Army Explosive Ordnance team leader. Matt was doing the same thing before leaving the Army and joining the Wellesley Police, according to his proud brother. Quote,
That's
Matt
a lie.
excelled. Hold on. Quote, Matt excelled in this small but elite career field in the military, and his legend and footsteps were hard to follow in when I made the leap from the military police community over to the Explosives Ordnance Disposal, EOD team. He told Snyder Stoughton via email. So this is your EOD, right? This is your thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that Matt Farwell was never in that.
I have never found any information that Matt was an EOD tech at all, and he got kicked out before he would have had the opportunity to go to EOD, and also with the punishments that he was under, he never would have been able to even move over to EOD at all. So that's a lie.
And obviously, if that's not true, and he's using that story to further his career in the police, not surprising for those that have seen what he's been accused of, innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
So what did you think when you first heard the story about Sandra Birchmore and his connection?
Honestly, it made me want to vomit. And I was like, because it took me a little bit to put the 2 and 2 together, but I was like, I was following Mizzy, and I was like, wait a second, I know these guys, and holy crap, like they were lying in the military, they're lying now, like this poor girl. Unfortunately, I take justice of crime victims really seriously, just because my brother got murdered by his nursing home, and we never got justice. So, and unfortunately, because I didn't know all of the knowledge I have now of what a person could do to look up things, to fight for things, I told Mizzy, I said, I'm going to help you as much as possible in honor of my brother James, because Mizzy deserved better, or sorry, not Mizzy, Sandra deserved better. And it's like she had no one to fight for her, and it just made me nauseous because of the EOD aspect, because I hold such a very high value of EOD with myself, like with my friends, because that is not an easy task to be an EOD tech, and people die all the time in EOD, and like the amount of crap that I saw my friends go through, the techs in my unit go through, just unbelievable. And so if you're gonna bring your shenanigans and tarnish the EOD community, that's just it made me want to vomit.